Hey everybody, welcome, I guess I'm welcome back. Glad you're still watching. We're here for Mega Man 4. Fourth game on the NES. Wily's not the villain. We'll see how long that lasts. But let's get started. So we'll just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm the fool who still likes to go Pharaoh first, even in marathons. We're gonna go for it and hope I make the jump. I might reset just because it's only 30 seconds in, and if that happens, we'll do it much safer the second time. But let's go for this. Pharaoh first is marginally faster than Bright first. Arguably, it's not even really, especially in a no reset type setting, because you have to go through this first screen with the sand. We did it. And getting past all these enemies without getting hit, making that last jump can be a little dicey sometimes. And usually for that, you want to have the flash stopper from the next stage in Brightman. It makes life a lot easier. But here we are in Pharaoh first anyway. We got the balloon adapter. If you're familiar with Mega Man 2, and you're probably familiar with Mega Man 4 as well, balloon adapter gives us this nice platform that we can put up in the air. I didn't get in here on time. There's a set of jumps you can kind of do if you jump at the right time, and I'm not getting any of them, to not have those bullets spawn. Those bullets are just a little laggy. Nothing fancy. But we want item... we want item 1. We want balloons. That's going to make a lot of our life easier as we go on through the rest of this game. But for now, we've got the Buster and Pharaoh Man stage. There's not much going on here. Pharaoh is weak to Bright. This Bright will actually stop Pharaoh in his tracks, and then you can sit there and pummel him with the Buster. The only problem with that is it's really slow to take Pharaoh down with just lemons, so we come here first with the Buster because Pharaoh's weapon itself is really cool. The problem is Pharaoh is now going to be very jumpy on us. Please don't be very jumpy on us. Just, stand there and just keep firing charged Pharaoh shots. Just like that. Just do that forever. No. Come on, Pharaoh, please. And my right button's not working for me. Come on. That's okay, because Pharaoh dying in the middle of the screen is actually a little better. That fight was awful. I'm not quite centered. Mega Man's going to turn back to the left. Oh, maybe not. So, a lot of people are kind of familiar with the concept in Mega Man games. You want to end boss fights in the middle of the room, or at least move to the middle, so that Mega Man doesn't have to do all that annoying walking to the middle to beam out. In Mega Man 4, there's 2 pixels, one with Mega Man looking left, one with Mega Man looking right, and if you're standing on it, you skip the jump animation, which itself saves just a little bit of time. So, this screen... We did it. There's a little precise movement there. That last shot kills that little light the room up guy, and if I don't shoot that shot, he will knock me into the pit, and I'll be very sad. So, Brightman stage, the other stage you usually do first, because Flash Stopper is king as far as weapons go. Pharaoh is marginally... it is a better weapon to use than just pure Buster on Bright. So that's where we're going to get some of the time back. If I was crazy, and by that I mean if I was one of the 4 or 5 people that earlier this year were getting really... I think the world record got exchanged between 4 people, and there was a 5th not that far behind earlier this year. You can use Balloon in this room, and it skips a lot of this Grasshopper RNG. You can kind of see some of them are jumping long, some of them are jumping short. We're getting a lot of short Grasshoppers, which we don't really want, because you could be a lot further along when this music loop happens. So one other thing about Pharaoh that I like is this enemy right here. Just do that. You shoot it up at an angle. Walk on the edge of this platform. Keep walking. You have to slide. That way that platform won't just... what's the word I'm looking for? Escape out from under you? Wow, that shot just completely missed. Okay, so... Now that we survived over all those pits, let's go in here. You want to hold B when you go through these gates. You get the Pharaoh shot over your head, and if Brightman touches that, it's going to do 3 points of damage. Plus, you still have the charge held, so you can shoot it again. and do another 3 points of damage. If you shoot that lemon, well, the orange? I don't know what you want to call that. It will do 1 point of damage. This is useful because Brightman has this very interesting property where he will only use his special weapon that freezes the screen and freezes Mega Man if he has 16, 8, 4, or 4 points of health left. So 28 hit points, just make sure you do 10. So you basically get him down to 18, and then you just keep hitting him with 6 more 3s. There's a lot of math there for you, but you will never hit those values where he will freeze you. And that's what you want. You don't want to be stopped. You want to keep hitting him. Crashing into Bright's kind of dangerous because every boss that is not named Pharaoh Man in this game does 8 points of contact damage. It's bad for you, but it is useful to make sure that you hit with that shot over the head. So we're going to start seeing some balloon action here. Starts simple enough, right? We can do that and go up. So this is a 16-frame window. That balloon just kind of spawned in the wall there and then stopped existing. Don't quote me on 16. It's something like that, though. You have a speedrunning eternity to hit that jump. Don't go completely up against the wall, though, because otherwise the balloon will be completely inside the wall, and that's bad. But, yes, when you do that, you not only get your balloon jump, but that balloon despawns very quickly. And just going through here. That reduces lag, and that's good. I believe this is the Kazaz boost, right? Look that way. Oh, don't do that. So if you get it, it looks cool, and Mega Man backs into the springs, eyes, taking it out that way. And you fall immediately down. If you don't get it, you get that little 2-cycle thing that I just did. So you're also seeing here, there's a lot of things in this game that when you're sliding just don't quite work. Big drop. Didn't really want it. Have it now. Oh, yeah, get out of there. I've got more than 10 hit points here. So again, lots of mid-bosses like this spring thing do 8 points of damage, so it can hurt. The rings themselves do 4, so that's why I was really kind of terrified getting out of there. Ringman. If you watch Chelny's Mega Man 4 tutorial, which, by the way, if you're looking to pick this game up, watch Chelny's Mega Man 4 tutorial. Ringman has a very set pattern. This is all he ever does. That's all he does. He throws a low boomerang at you, he throws a high boomerang at you. And you can just dodge him forever. Make sure and kill him with the Buster. In fact, don't even shoot him. Oh man, we didn't get the pixel. And you just dodge him forever. Ringman, when a lot of players first run into him, is this really scary boss, and he can take you out easily on your casual playthrough. But a little practice there. That wasn't even the quickest kill. You can kill him a lot faster than that. I think he never even starts walking after that second jump. But enough about Ringman. Let's go to Dustman stage. So this is the first time we're going to see the Flash Stopper. First thing you might be noticing here is we're hitting enemies through their shield. It's cool like that. The other thing, you might be used to it lasting a lot less time than that. Hang on. Cool. Okay. The Flash Stopper will, whatever internal mechanism it's using to figure out how long it's been active, does not tick down while you're sliding. So as long as you're sliding, no, not Pharaoh Ring, you can just keep sliding through entire screens without stopping. And that's going to be a lot of the rest of the robots. I don't think I have it. So you can get through on this cycle. It's a little scary. And it's very easy to take a death there. But once you get used to it, you know, you're saving an extra cycle. I think what I did is probably the next best thing to do. Let's just kill this guy. We got a lot more ring. Hooray. Can we get past the hopper? Yeah. If you have 3 perfectly chained slides, you will get past it, even with that low jump. But you saw Mega Man stand up there. You saw the steam puff. We didn't have it. So Dust Man sucks. That's all we can really say about it. He has three things he can do. He can shoot the Dust Crusher, where we jump straight up. He can jump across the room. And he can actually use the giant vacuum on his head and try and suck you in. Best thing to do there is shoot the ring on the other side of him. When it comes back, it'll hit him, but you have to... He's invincible to the ring while he's doing that, so you have to crash into him. Take the 8 points of damage. That's where this fight gets scary. And let the ring clobber him on the way back. And then you will be a lot happier, and Dustman will be taking damage. That's where the 8 points of damage becomes a problem, because even at full health, you can only do that 3 times. And, yeah, that can end poorly. This is a Mega Man game, so before I start saying hooray for balloons and zips... Oh, balloons and... Right, let's get the zip. Hey, we did it. Ah, we didn't get off there. So, that's the game's one zip. After Mega Man 2 and 3, they basically said, hey, there's a lot of zips, and we should probably solve this problem. So they did. If you are in the wall and you are not invincible, you're dead. That's one spot where we can take advantage of an enemy in the wall and zip right through. It saves a handful of seconds. And that is one of the good things the balloon can do for us in this run, besides otherwise making all these jumps. Balloon in Skull is great because you can just climb all these ladders fast. You can get the zip. And then you go back to Bright. If you don't have Balloon, you're using Bright anyway. We didn't make that screen. Not making the last screen makes me not confident about this screen. That's why you saw me back up there a little bit. Which means we'll get to hear the music loop one more time. Get to hear those drums. So this run's not going great, so let's show this thing off really quickly here. Skullman's reactive. If you don't do anything, Skullman doesn't do anything. If you walk at him, he'll shoot. If you shoot, he'll jump. So I want him to shoot first. He'll also only do the same thing twice in a row. So after that, he will jump. We wait on the skull thing. That's the Skullman fight. I think the top runners usually have him jump after the first set of shots. I'm not sure there's a huge difference whether you do that first or second. But there's a little fun with Skullman for you. Skull Barrier is actually a deceptively powerful weapon. Unlike a lot of other shield weapons in the Mega Man series, you can't shoot it. It's stuck against you, the Skull Barrier. Did I call it the Skull Shield? We'll get in trouble with the committee later. But it's really powerful. So this stage, really, and drill stage, is going to be a lot of let's equip Bright and just go through the stage. Although I guess we're required to talk about slides and being underwater. For whatever reason, in Mega Man 4 and 5, to say nothing about 6 for a second, if you are in a slide and you are underwater, you can't jump out of the slide. That platform is exactly one slide long. It's actually probably slightly shorter than one slide because you have to be standing off of it so that you can be standing off of it on the other side. So any slide I make underwater, I need to either cancel it by looking the other way or be able to reach the other end of the slide and still be standing on something. Or we won't like the result. Don't try and slide towards spikes to jump. It won't end well. I swear, sometimes I can mash. Mashing in a jump's not hard. Shoutouts to the wire. It's down that pit if you really want it. Down button? Hello? Okay, that happened. Anytime you, accidentally jump towards spikes in a Mega Man game, it's, a moment of, oh my goodness, what just happened? Oh, let's talk about Dive Man. Dive Man has two things he can do. He can torpedo at you, which he will always do to open the fight. and after 3 torpedoes, if you stay close to him, he will fire a torpedo, an actual torpedo, instead of trying to drill you. So Dive Man tries to drill at you. Let's do this. I don't think I have it. I never get this one right. What was I saying? Dive Man has patterns. He can't do the same thing more than 3 times. If you stay in his face, he will always try and like do his little corkscrew attack at you. Except every 3 of them, he will then stop to fire a missile just to keep you on your toes. So you should always have that fight with the skull barrier. Dive Man has no vertical movement. Here's Drill. That ladybug got out of my way a little early, so it's lagging the game a little bit more. We'll see a lot of people switch to Bright here. It's probably faster. I'm stubborn. Didn't get what I wanted. Well, I got health, so that's not bad. These rooms can be pretty annoying. Down? Hello? So you take a lot of damage from those ball bats. And, yeah, you never want to take too much damage. I'm getting frozen by drops here, and every Mega Man runner will tell you one of the least favorite things in the world is when a drop comes and you're in the middle of a slide and you know you're going to have to jump soon. And it just throws your timing completely off. Alright, so I said as long as you're sliding, the timer doesn't tick down, right? Look how long this room is. This room's incredibly long. Now, for me, that's about right. In the middle of that jump, it runs out. If you're named Chelney, you can make it to that gate. There's actually a lot of people who can make it through that entire room without the flash stopper wearing off. Here's a musical cue. So he should be coming up right about now. Drill Man dives. Dive Man drills. I don't make the rules. I just play this video game. Dive Man, why? I'm actually calling you Dive Man now. Now he's mad because I called him Dive Man. I should have started with that. So there's the 2 patterns you want to see are the jumping around and the shooting. I think the shooting's a little laggier than jumping around, but you get a lot of time to pummel him with the dive missiles. For a lot of those, you saw me taking quick hops. Dive missile likes to go all over the place. But the tendency is if you're slightly higher than dive, it tends to go down towards Drill Man a lot easier than anything else. So Toadman. If you were an NES fan when this game came out, you probably read a Nintendo Power or a Game Pro or something that said, go play Toadman stage first. Toadman is an easy boss, gives you a weapon that clears the screen. The problem is Toadman stage is impossible. You have all this stuff here that I'm sliding past. You're fighting the wind here. So these are jumps where I'm being pushed backwards by these raindrops, the wind. It's that bad. That's a very scary screen. And we just froze everything because we came here last. Here we have some rivers also, you know, pushing us along, messing with the slide mechanics. The reason the underwater slide thing is the way it is has something to do with foreground tiles and the game not letting you jump around them or something like that. And so some of the waterfalls is that. Some of the stuff at the end. I think that's what's going on here. So there were 2 mid-bosses there when I kind of jumped and got hit by the nothingness in the void. And the snails are kind of annoying unless you just don't fight the snails. Why would we want to fight a mid-boss? We want drills. We want drills. There's the last screen. Goodbye, last screen. Looks like maybe you could use, you know, Rush Marine or something on that, but Toadman has Rush Marine, so it'll never happen. So we want to make sure Toadman gets centered. It's 19, 24, 8 robots, which I guess considering not being on the complete grind of this game recently isn't that bad for me. Especially considering I stood around in Skullman's room for like 10 seconds. And that's 8 robots. How we doing out there? Hope everyone's enjoying the run so far, because we've got a little bit of time. Oh, thanks, everybody. So this is Dr. Cossack. Dr. Cossack, thinks Dr. Wily doesn't know what he's doing, and it's going to stop us. One note here, you're going to hear a sound effect. That was an E-tank. There's an E-tank here. That's the free tank. It takes like 2 seconds to get optimally, so especially in a no reset situation, just get the E-tank. But yeah, so we're in Dr. Cossack's crazy winter castle, whatever this is. And we're going to stop him and bring peace forever because Dr. Wily's finally been stopped. This is what we have to do, and I can guarantee you, absolutely no one in chat believes me right now. Whoa! So you do want to slide off these ledges just a little bit to not get hit by those things. Alright, we didn't do the despawn, but we just did the normal old strat. That's fine. I've completely lost my train of thought. You generally don't actually want to kill the Skulljoes on that last screen because you might get a drop. I had full health, so I was kind of okay with that idea. That is not the fastest way through that screen. There's a lot of stuff you're going to start seeing in these stages with balloons that looks like, wait, is balloon really like required? What's going on? If you don't have balloon, you're mostly using rush jet as a speed strat. Coil is useful in a couple of spots, but at the same time, you want to have as few weapon swaps and pauses as possible, and that's where jet comes in. So that fight, like the ring boomerang has a horribly small hitbox. I think it's like a pixel or something stupid like that. And that boss's hitbox is a pixel or something stupid like that. So you're trying to make the pixels collide. It's bad. That boss is like terrible to hit. Dr. Wily is still working hard on the Robo-Enza vaccine. Oh no, Mega Man 10 plot. Can we get this? Can we get this? No, we can't get this. Let's not waste any more balloons. You can get a pair of pretty precise wall jumps there. And it's awesome. What you're seeing now is why MrCab should have practiced the movie. Am I gonna be okay? I've got a tank. I'm being really stupid about not using this E-tank because I'm going to get hit by the bat on the next screen anyway. Which means I'm going to use this E-tank anyway. There's the health I would have gotten. We actually got underneath the bat. That's actually pretty cool. So take your guesses in chat now. Place your bets. We're about to fight the dreaded square machine, which comes through either 3 times, 2 times, or 1 time. And at minimum, it'll be 2 cycles. It should be 2 cycles, but I might be bad and see a 3rd cycle. We want the 1x1. Because every time it passes, it just passes again slower. So there's a 3. It's actually faster to jump through it. Sliding will lag the game. So I'm going to be on this side. I'm going to take advantage of my extra hit points here. I think we got 5 hits in, which is optimal. This is a 2. We got the 3x2. And we didn't completely choke. That was going to be an awful cycle, so I'm really glad I got the 5 hits. Oh my goodness. This is where I think speedrunning tradition demands I say this is an auto-scroller. So if we have anything to plug, this is the time to do it. Otherwise, we're going to listen to awesome music. Just want to kill these cannons before they can actually shoot. Don't bonk. Just don't bonk. Alright. So this is a NES Mega Man game, so if you're not familiar with these, in the castle stages, you don't get your weapon energy back between each one. Unlike all the previous stages in the 8 robots, you'll get them back. Check out the unhappy faces right there in the clouds. So there's a few different weapon management routes here. I'm getting dust in this stage. I'm going to refill a ring as well. They're both pretty useful weapons to have. I think some of the newer routes just... I'm not even sure they refill dust anymore. Because obviously the less time you're standing there in the menu switching weapons to get the refill, the less time you're standing around actually watching the refill happen, the faster your time is going to be. And getting rid of these platforms as fast as possible is generally good as well. Standing on them is laggy. There are some crazy strats where you land on these platforms as the little Saturn enemy spawns and just kill them immediately, get the platform off the screen immediately. The impossible E-Tank. So let's do some moonwalking, not because this is a good run, but because it's a marathon and it's cool to see. Shouts to Chelny again. So if we fire that right, we should hit the one at the bottom. Nice. So Baron Haynes has a great set of videos about bosses exploding in this game, because as soon as the bubbles leave the screen, that's where the fanfare starts. And it's actually faster. I forget what like the final measurement was, but generally bosses move towards the center of the screen faster than their bubbles will exit the screen. So you kind of want a boss moving towards the center of the screen to keep moving before you kill it. If you want more technical details on all that stuff, I'm the wrong person to ask, because I'm just here to play the game and have fun. But there is a Discord full of Mega Man crazy speedrunners who know the answer to all these things. I just kind of instinctively got the Pharaoh drop there. You don't actually need that one. In the no reset setting, it is incredibly... I mean, you want that just to make sure your run succeeds. But when you're going for optimal times, go ahead and skip that one. That's another place where you can use coil, get up, no problem. But getting that wall jump with the balloon is fine. And right now, we're just going. We're in what is clearly the last stage, with Dr. Cossack waiting at the end. His weakness is actually dust, but he's got this weird mechanic where if Mega Man is sliding, he will stop his movement. And because a fully charged Buster Shot does as much as those dust shots, and we just don't want to really fill up dust again, we're going to do this. Look at Dr. Cossack and the Cossack Catcher. He played too many crane games as a kid, I guess. Went to too many carnivals, and now he's running a Carnival of Doom. When he's down to 2 hit points, He comes in because Proto Man actually beams in with Dr. Cossack's daughter, saying, wait a minute, Dr. Wily kidnapped the daughter, and that's why Dr. Cossack's going evil, and what is going on? Okay, so we lied. There's 4 more stages. Because you absolutely must have Dr. Wily wiggle his eyebrows. Don't worry, if people are surprised by this game, wait till they see Mega Man 5 and 6. Woo! So, man, I feel bad because the Mets got absolutely demolished last night. We're going to bring sports into the stream for a second because this stage is full of Mets. I've not gone and named all these Mets individually. Some people have said I should. I don't really want to, though. My down button loves me today. And this is definitely a controller that, well, the down button and I have not been getting along lately. So, my slides might be terrible as we proceed. There's another Pharaoh drop if you need one. Let's go Mets! So again, we have the only other water section in the game. You know, we're this far in the stage, and I'm complaining about my down button. I'm just not gonna slide. We're just not sliding through that. Let's not go there. At this point, the developers realized it was a Mega Man game, and they didn't have any disappearing block sections in it yet. If you hold left, Rush Jet will kind of slow down. And by left, I do mean backwards, because you might fly left for some reason at some point. First slide I try and do after that, and Mega Man jumps. Remember, always blame the equipment. So the boss doesn't lock you in place until you touch the ground in their room. So jumping in here, it actually wastes a little bit of time, but it also puts you directly in range to hit Big Met Daddy here with a shot immediately. Come on, I'm wasting ammo on you. Let's go. Got an itchy trigger finger today. There's a little RNG in that fight for how long it stands there, how long it will take between jumps, even how long it even takes to even stand up. Words. You just want to take it out and have enough ring to take down Taco Trash, the boss of this stage. See what we can do here. Okay. Don't be standing on Rush when you grab that ladder. Just like, don't go up into it. I forget what happens. I think like Mega Man keeps moving to the right or something silly like that. But this is the proverbial Rush Jet the stage. We don't really need a lot of special weapons as we go through the stage. Let's just ride Rush at this point. We just need to have the Buster, so we're just gonna keep on Rush. So look left, then look right. Rush will fly to the right, and you can make that little jump. You can make it with everything going left. It's just a very tight window. But yeah, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. In a lot of Mega Man games where there's no fast weapon swapping, which is basically everything in the classic series until 10. That's not on SNES and PlayStation anyway. You just don't want to go to the menu. Avoid the menu. So if you can do something like have Buster ready to go and Rush, that comes up a lot. So why am I using Toad? That refill was a lot faster than other stuff. So there's Drill. Drill actually destroys this boss's hitbox, but only at the top. If I shot Drill at the bottom, I'd be taking damage every time I jumped, and I'd be saying, "What happened?" But shoot him in the gem, and you're good. And there's Taco Trash. You don't have to destroy the hitbox. A lot of runners will, again, stay on those platforms on the outside. They'll use a ring. One less pause. Have an E-Tang, so let's go. We need a little more ring. I'm going to get a little more ring here. This is the other place to maybe fill up dust. And we're going to do that. Dust hits once on its contact and then once again as it explodes, so it's a fun weapon. And it does 2 points of damage to Pharaoh Man, which makes it like the next weapon that works on Pharaoh Man that we're going to use instead of the actual weakness. It's faster than charging Buster Shots, and it's faster than using Bright. So I think it's when the top left chunk of dust leaves the screen, we can fire another one. You can slide through both of these. Nice. So you want to take out Pharaoh and not miss a lot because you immediately need dust again for our good friend Skullman, who, as a reminder, is only reactive. I should not have gotten bodied by Skullman there. I just kind of decided to stand there and shoot at him. I said I want the skull barrier. So kind of like Mega Man, well, really like 2 and 3, 4 has a nice chain of weaknesses that you can kind of use. Like you just saw me use Dust Crusher against 2 bosses. We're going to keep using Skull Barrier here. Because like we said way back when, Brightman, it's on 16, 8, and 4 hit points remaining. Or that he will actually use the Flash Stopper. So with this, we should be good. And we'll just kind of skip past those bad values. Actually use Rain Flush and still have 1 more left. That's why we hit him with 5 skulls. Dive Missile only does 3, not 4 to drill. And now he has 27, so that's a multiple of 3. He would have been left with that 1 hit point, and Rain Flush just hits him when he's underground, which makes our life a lot easier. That's called 0 dives. That we like that. And the rest of the robots all just have unique weaknesses. The good thing we're going to do is we're going to end on fighting Dust with Ring, which means we'll have Ring equipped for going to the Wily machine. Ah! Don't do that. The Ring fight's slightly different than it was in the beginning of the game because we can't be holding B entering this room, so we're kind of stuck with having to fire a normal shot first. If you're good, you actually do slide up into him immediately. What am I doing? I'm being happy that I picked up the Pharaoh drop. That's what we're doing. Cool. So here's Dust Man. Yeah, you want Dust to be jumping towards the teleporter so that you have the opportunity to be closer to it. And we keep Ring equipped, and we hope that my down button actually works still. Always blame the equipment. Always take care of your equipment. So standing up close to the skull machine is pretty good. We're going to get down to 1 hit point left and hit it with the phase 2 weakness, which will damage it, even if it doesn't show it right away. Okay, good, we survived. And just like Taco Trash, that also refill, it makes his life meter fill up immediately so that you're not standing there listening to that great Mega Man 4 original soundtrack of. I think that's about right for the life meter noise. So final stage. Dr. Wily the capsule can only be damaged by Pharaoh and Ring. This is the first capsule in the series. Ring only does 1 point of damage, so we're not really interested in it unless we have like a bad situation. This is why earlier in the Wily stages, if you can refill Pharaoh, it's generally a good idea. Just pick up that 1 drop for safety, and then we go. We got a double. We get another double? No, but it's over now. It's time. It's a mid 40. That's fine for me in a marathon, especially with standing around for Skull Man. So everything's fine. Mega Man 5 will never happen. Dr. Wily can never possibly escape. Enjoy Buckeye Speed Bash, and I should leave. Seriously though, thanks for having me, and enjoy the rest of the marathon. Who's up next?